identical twins. Yeah, which helps for the get-go. But it's funny because we actually share a lot of similar, like the things that we like are very similar. But the cool thing is we kind of have strengths in different areas of those things. So for instance, if he's into graphic design or something, but I like giving the idea. So we kind of work together on a lot of things. So I guess I'm a little bit more musically inclined, and then my brother, like I said, he's into more of like the media, editing videos, stuff like that. So yeah, we try to do a lot of stuff. And what's cool too is when we sing, we harmonize. So yun din, we have to do different different vocal stuff.
Yeah, and also my brother's a little bit more talkative. That's why he always grabs the mic for me. But I did it this time. But yeah, that works well. It's kind of hard to say we're always together, but like my brother said, we have a lot of things in common. Pero there are different things that like my brother's a little bit more musically gifted, I guess, because he does the guitar when we sing and all that stuff. So yeah. We're pretty close though. I say we're twins.
What do you usually advise each other? Who is in terms at some weak times, at some low moments? Usually, who is more weak?
More weak?
In terms of character.
My brother is.
Yeah. My brother, yeah. No, I'm gonna admit this. My brother he's my role model, so like I go to him for advice all the time. So yeah, there's that.
Good kuya.
Yeah. But ako yung kuya, 2 minutes. Pero you know, he's very inspiring dude. So yeah.
My brother too.
At least may nalaman kaming konti sa inyo. Do you know speak Tagalog naman, di ba?
Opo.
Oo.
Tagalog na lang po.
Sumakit ng ulo ko kasi. Thank you so much.
Sige, Tagalog na ako.
Tagalog na.
Okay. Okay, we have actually a phone in ba daw?
Yes.
Type right. Okay. They sent this in for Benny. As OPM artist, you work with a lot of different people. What do you see in the twins? Are they promising, artists? What's their career that's ahead of them for you? What makes them stand out, apart from being twins and being tall?
Actually, mga bagets pa sila when I started working with them. And kailan ba yun? How old were you? 5 years ago. And sabi ko sa tatay, sa mom, sabi ko, there's a lot of potential sa twins na to. Siguro guidance lang, they can write songs, they can perform, they can play instruments. So, andun ako, always nakaguide ako sa kanila and nakita ko yung pag-grow nila. And nagugulat ako and the way they work with production, hands-on sila dito sa movie, coloring, editing, scoring. Sabi ko, the making of a good songwriters, record producer, musical director, and actors. So, kailangan natin, let's just support this and ang puso nila, Pinoy na Pinoy. Yun ang gusto sa kanila.
Yes. Okay, now this question is for Danica. Danica, with this film, what do you hope to impart to the millennials or people your generation? What do you want them to learn from your character, which you portrayed?
Well, my character in the movie is kind of a bad girl, so maybe I would like them to learn from my character to not be like her. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can learn from the movie. So that's it.
Awesome. So antithetical lessons. Okay, I think we have another question from the. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Hi. Good afternoon. My name is Colleen. I'm a vlogger. So my first question is that how did you internalize, because you're coming across some of the most sensitive issues or advocacy like bullying. So have you had experiences of being bullied? How would you incorporate your personal life into the movie? And also next, this is not the first movie to tackle those kind of issues. So what makes it different from those? What makes your movie different from the most family-oriented and other kinds of movies like that? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, no better. That's a great question, and by God's grace, my brother and I have never been victims of bullying, but at the same time, at our school, we were instrumental in helping stop bullying, so we witnessed it firsthand. So that was an important thing when my brother and I were kind of looking at the scenes or stuff like that. But for instance, there was a kid who had special needs at our school back in middle school in the States. Tapos he would get picked on all the time, and people would make fun of him. And so we told my parents about it, and they said, hey, like if you guys have an opportunity to help this guy and be there for him, make sure you do it. So that's what we did. So the next day, like we intervened, and we really made sure that this kid wouldn't get picked on or bullied or made fun of anymore. So and also, of course, we want to encourage people, like when, God forbid, bullying does happen, to really go to some sort of authority or someone like that who can really help stop that. But in terms of your other question about why is this movie different from other ones? Well, I mean, first of all, we really did our best when we wrote this to make sure that even though there are a lot of messages and a lot of lessons, it's not naman corny or like, okay, you're just telling me what to do in this film. It's bagay naman sa script, and it really is like parang cool. Like it's not like okay, this is lessons and this is so boring, but no, it's cool. There are a lot of, and that's also our message. We're trying to make it na parang cool to do good things na naman na okay, you're so behaved, it's like padoy. No, it's cool to do good things and to be good. So yeah, that was what really in our script, we really wanted to make it like that.
Yeah, and also our goal was not to parang just force things in there that didn't fit. We really wanted to tell a story, and we wanted to make whatever was the most relatable and realistic with those messages. So yeah, that was our goal, to just sound to make it relatable and realistic, and also entertaining at the same time. That's the most important thing.
Thank you.
Any more questions from the floor? Yeah, one more question. Okay.
Last question.
To Sir Tardy, can I make it too? I just want to ask if you made sure that every part of the cast is Christian. And the second question, since this is a kind of a Christian movie, was there like a fear that the audience might get intimidated by the theme?
Well, those are great questions. So there were three of them. So no, not everyone in the movie is Christian, and actually that question comes up a lot, and my answer is always, it's not about the actors in the movie, it's about the storyline. Because none of us, unless we know the heart of the individual, we don't really know what their journey with Jesus is. So no, and what we do is we continue to pray for everybody that their lives will change and that they'll follow the light. So that's the actors in the movie. But we didn't specifically look for Christians, we looked for the right people to play the role. So what was the second question?
About the theme, were you intimidated?
Oh, so that's another good question. So you mentioned the question about family-friendly films. Well, what SM told us when they said they give us all 65 theaters, they said this is the first time they've ever done a nationwide family-friendly faith-based movie. So there have been other movies that have come out and they're, you know, a couple theaters or whatever. This is the first time nationwide that everyone has embraced the movie. What we specifically did not do in the movie was preach, because nobody wants to be preached to. So what we did is we told a story, which is life. It's life's journeys and what decisions you make in life. That's the story, right? But it's not preachy. Now, it just so happens that there are people that read the Bible in the movie and they talk about verses and all that stuff, but it's not in your face, and it's everyone's choice. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. So we never ever had that pushback, like, oh, it's a Christian movie. Never had that issue, because it was never in your face faith. It was just truth. And the truth for us was the saving grace of Jesus Christ. So, what was the third one? That's it. Thank you for those questions.
Okay, wonderful. This is the last question that was phoned in for Direct Daniel. Kaibigan has many prospects of being exhibited around the world, abroad. What do you think would be its edge? Will it be a movie that international market will greatly appreciate?
That's a good question.
And as a